Edgar Lungu
is true. Edgar Lungu is no more.
Our position is unchanged. The late president deserves a dignified funeral in keeping.
I was on probation for 1 year, 6 months, and I think I've done very well.
We'll just go straight for Edgar Lungu.
He's an amazing leader. I think he's really concerned with the youth, especially with the education sector of it.
Vote I'm president until I hand over to the next.
I knew he had passed on very early in the morning.
What happens when a president dies, but a nation cannot bury him? Across the world, leaders are laid to rest with honor, ceremony, and national unity. But in 2025, the body of former president of Zambia, President Edgar Lungu, remained in a morgue, in fact away from his country in Pretoria, South Africa, while his country argued over where he should rest. This is the story of power, politics, and the president without a grave. The man at the center of this controversial or extraordinary story was Edgar Lungu. Lungu was the 6th president of Zambia, a trained lawyer and a dedicated politician.
I was on probation for 1 year, 6 months, and I think I've done very well. Those who didn't know me, now they know me. Those who didn't like me, now they like me. Those who didn't know that I can speak English, now know that I can speak some English. Those who didn't trust me, now can trust me. How can you give up on somebody you've known that much for somebody you don't even know?
Lungu rose to national leadership during political transition.
Even as we vote I'm president until I hand over to the next president, who will be me in any case, because we are winning.
All because of you and me. Remember him for that. Remember him for his sacrifice.
In 2015, he became the president of Zambia, promising development and stability for the Southern African nation.
The infrastructures, the things that he has done, the road, the schools. Obviously, anyone with a normal thinking, a normal person will just go straight for Edgar Lungu.
He's an amazing leader. I think he's really concerned with the youth, especially with the education sector of it. Yeah, I think I'm really impressed with that.
During his presidency, Zambia witnessed large infrastructure projects, new roads, and major investments.
So that we continue on the trajectory of development and transformation agenda for our country.
But like any other political leader across the world, Lungu faced criticism and strong opposition. His greatest rival was Hakainde Hichilema, a businessman and a strong opposition leader who challenged him repeatedly in national elections. For years, the rivalry between the two men defined Zambia's political landscape. Then in 2021, the tide turned. Zambian voters elected Hichilema over President Lungu, thus ending Lungu's time in power. But even after leaving office, Edgar Lungu remained an influential voice in national politics of Zambia.
But some Zambians will remember him for improving infrastructure, such as schools, roads, and airports. To them, he was a humble, God-fearing family man who rose up the ranks and became Zambia's 6th democratically elected president.
In June 2025, a tragedy struck while receiving treatment in Pretoria, South Africa. Edgar Lungu passed away. He was 68 years old. News of his death spread quickly across Zambia. Citizens mourned, tributes poured in from different political leaders across Africa.
It is true. Edgar Lungu is no more. Our district offices and all our constituency offices light fires, congregate and mourn.
A state funeral was expected, but what should have been a moment of national unity soon turned into an unexpected crisis. Soon after his death, a dispute emerged between the government and Lungu's family. The government insisted that the former president Lungu must be buried in Zambia with full state honors, for the state burying a former leader at home was a symbol of national respect, but Lungu's family disagreed. They claimed that the former President Lungu had made a personal request that his long-time rival President Hichilema should not attend his funeral, and so began a political and legal battle over the final resting place of a former head of state of Zambia. Funeral plans collapsed. Negotiations between the government and the family failed. What was meant to be a solemn farewell became a national controversy. The body of Edgar Lungu remained in South Africa, far from the country he once led. Weeks turned into months. Citizens watched as politicians debated, courts intervened, and emotions ran high. A question that seemed simple became deeply complicated. Who has the final authority to bury a president? Is it a family that knew him personally, or the nation that he once governed?
Ruling concerning the burial of the 6th President, Dr. Edgar Lungu. On behalf of the government, we want to thank the court for its timely consideration of the matter. While the government respects the court's decision, it remains committed to working with Dr. Lungu's family to reach an arrangement that takes into consideration the family's wishes and interests, but also takes into account the rights of the government. Our position is unchanged. The late president deserves a dignified funeral in keeping to the stature of his office. We want to thank citizens for their understanding at this time and for avoiding inflammatory comments. Now is the time for all of us to keep the Lungu family in our thoughts and prayers.
Zambia's story is unusual, but not entirely unique. Across Africa, the death of powerful leaders have sometimes reopened old political divisions. In Zimbabwe, the burial of former President Robert Mugabe sparked a similar dispute in 2019. The government wanted him buried at the National Heroes Acre in Harare, in a place reserved for national icons. But his family refused. Instead, Mugabe was buried in his rural village, challenging the state's wishes. Another example comes from Angola. When rebel leader Jonas Savimbi died in 2002, his body was buried secretly by the government. For nearly 2 decades, his family fought to reclaim his remains. It was in 2019 that Savimbi family finally gave him a public burial. These stories reveal an uncomfortable truth. Even in death, politics can refuse to rest. Leadership is temporary. Power fades. Titles disappear. But the legacy of a leader lives on in the unity or peace or division they leave behind. The story of Edgar Lungu reminds us that political rivalry can sometimes outlive the leaders themselves. It reminds us that reconciliation is not only important in life, but also in death, because when a nation cannot bury its leaders, it may mean they still be struggling to heal. One day, Edgar Lungu will finally rest. When history looks back, it will ask one simple question: will we be remembered for the power we held, or the peace we left behind?
Mbale wane Jagwa Edgar Lungu wane Mbale wane Jagwa pala ukenda mwe Jagwa pala chalo chako chake Lungu we komeza chiuta Jagwa Edgar pala chalo chako chake Jagwa pala mbale wane waselungu we komeza chiuta we Jagwa reka kuwa we nawende muchise Jagwa ivangelo ndi umoyo we omeza chiuta we Lungu reka kuwa we nawende muchise Jagwa ivangelo ndi umoyo